Moments ago, a document supposedly from inside the FIA made its way online, and it's causing a massive uproar across the Formula One community. The official FIA report detailing Lewis Hamilton's controversial penalty from the Mexican Grand Prix has been leaked. And if what's inside is true, it changes everything we thought we knew about what really happened on race day. For context, the penalty came after what many fans called one of the most questionable stewarding decisions of the season. Hamilton, who had fought his way up through intense on-track battles, was hit with a time penalty that dropped him out of podium contention and left fans, analysts, and even drivers completely stunned. The FIA's explanation at the time was vague, citing a regulatory breach under Article 33.4, related to track limits and unsafe re-entry. But now, thanks to this leak, we're seeing what was really discussed behind closed doors. According to the leaked document, which appears to be an internal stewarding report dated just hours after the race, there was heavy disagreement within the FIA panel itself. 3 stewards reportedly argued against penalizing Hamilton, claiming there was no measurable advantage gained, while one senior steward insisted on enforcing a strict penalty for consistency with previous cases. In other words, even the officials couldn't agree. What's even more shocking is that the report mentions external consultation. In plain English, it means that the FIA may have sought input from a third party, possibly a senior figure or advisor, before finalizing the decision. That's not standard practice for an in-race penalty, and it's now raising serious questions about whether the decision was influenced by political pressure or media scrutiny rather than sporting fairness. The leaked pages also include several technical screenshots and GPS overlays showing Hamilton's car position at turn 1, the key moment of the incident. These images show that while Hamilton briefly left the track, he rejoined cleanly without obstructing another driver or gaining time. In fact, his lap delta shows a loss of 0.124 seconds in that sector. So why was he penalized? The report hints at a pattern of exceeding limits, referencing prior warnings throughout the weekend. But as fans have pointed out, that's not how the rulebook works. Each offense is judged individually unless there's clear intent, and there's no evidence Hamilton deliberately broke the rules. Inside the paddock, reactions have been explosive. Multiple team sources, including some close to Ferrari and McLaren, are reportedly furious after seeing the leak. One senior engineer even told reporters, "If these documents are genuine, it's a scandal. You can't apply rules based on personal interpretation. It undermines the entire integrity of the sport." Even more telling, the leaked report includes a footnote from the FIA race director stating that driver visibility under heavy tire wear conditions may have contributed to the incident, essentially admitting Hamilton's view of the corner may have been compromised. Yet despite acknowledging that, they still enforced the penalty. And here's where it gets really interesting. Buried in the final section of the document is a note suggesting that the decision was influenced by prior driver conduct reviews, meaning Hamilton's past behavior on track was factored into the ruling. That's not normal. Penalties are supposed to be incident-specific, not cumulative like a criminal record. The fact that the FIA might be judging drivers based on reputation instead of evidence could open the door to major legal and competitive implications. Fans immediately took to social media, calling this a new low for FIA transparency. Hashtags like Cheer Justice for Hamilton and Cheer FIA Leak were trending within minutes of the news breaking. Even former F1 insiders weighed in. One ex-steward wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "If this leak is legitimate, the FIA needs to answer some very serious questions about integrity and bias." Meanwhile, Mercedes has stayed officially silent. But insiders say Toto Wolff is furious behind the scenes and already demanding a meeting with the FIA's compliance unit. The team is reportedly verifying the document's authenticity, and if confirmed, Mercedes could file a formal protest, not necessarily to overturn the penalty, but to expose procedural flaws that could shake up how penalties are handled across the grid. As of now, the FIA hasn't issued a comment, but sources close to the governing body say they're aware of the leak and are assessing potential data breaches. In F1 terms, that's code for panic mode. The leak doesn't just reveal one penalty, it exposes internal politics, disagreements, and inconsistencies at the highest level of race control. And that's just the first half of what's inside this leaked report. Because Part 2, which hasn't yet been fully verified, supposedly includes messages between FIA stewards during the race that could reveal even more about how the decision against Hamilton was made in real time. As the second half of the FIA's leaked report surfaces, things go from controversial to absolutely explosive. This isn't just about a single penalty anymore, it's about the inner workings of Formula One's highest authority, being exposed in a way fans have never seen before. The newly leaked section includes snippets of internal FIA communication logs, believed to be messages exchanged between race control members and the stewards during the Mexican Grand Prix. These aren't public-facing summaries. These are the raw, unfiltered discussions that happened in real time, and what they reveal is staggering. According to the documents, moments after Hamilton's Turn 1 incident, one steward messaged, "That looked clean to me. No advantage gained." Another responded, "Agree, but we've had pressure to be consistent with Qatar's call." That single line, pressure to be consistent, has now blown the lid off an internal debate that could shake Formula One governance to its core. Consistency, of course, is something fans have demanded for years. But what happens when consistency becomes more about politics than racing? The leaked messages suggest that race control was under pressure, not necessarily from teams, but from within the FIA itself, to apply penalties even when the evidence didn't fully justify it. One exchange, timestamped just 12 minutes after the incident, shows a senior FIA official asking, "Has the team been notified?" We can't backtrack once it's announced. That means the penalty may have been locked in before all data was even reviewed, effectively confirming that Hamilton's case was decided on partial evidence. And in a sport as data-driven as F1, that's a massive procedural flaw. Then comes the message that has everyone talking. Directive from above, maintain penalty to preserve integrity of stewarding. The phrase directive from above implies direct intervention from higher FIA management, possibly outside the track steward's independent authority. That's unprecedented. It's like the referee of a game being overruled mid-match by someone in the corporate office. Even more telling, the report lists a short voice memo log, a note referencing team radio influence. Apparently, certain radio messages from rival teams complaining about Hamilton's off-track moment were flagged and reviewed before the decision. That's not illegal per se, but it paints a picture of reactive governance, where politics, perception, and public image are shaping penalties, not cold, hard telemetry. By this point, the FIA's credibility is taking a huge hit. Fans and journalists have begun comparing this scandal to Crashgate and the 2021 Abu Dhabi finale, both notorious moments that reshaped how people viewed race control. If these messages are authentic, it's not just a case of bias. It's a structural failure at the heart of F1 regulation. To make matters worse, the leaked report ends with a post-race debrief summary. In it, one steward admits, "We may have been too strict." The optics were our main concern. Optics, meaning how the decision looked to the public. So, according to this leak, Hamilton's penalty wasn't about fairness or competition. It was about public image and perception management. Since the leak, major outlets across Europe and the US have started reporting on the story. Sky Sports and The Race both confirmed they've seen portions of the same document. Even the BBC has reportedly contacted FIA officials for comment. The silence from FIA headquarters in Geneva is deafening. No denials, no clarifications, just no comment. Meanwhile, Mercedes is reportedly considering filing an official grievance not only about the Mexico penalty, but also about the FIA's process. According to insiders, Toto Wolff is ready to push for a full transparency audit into how stewarding communications are handled, demanding recorded logs, transcripts, and review mechanisms that prevent external interference in the future. And while Mercedes remains cautious, fans online are far less restrained. Some are calling for a full reformation of the FIA's disciplinary system. Others are even suggesting independent oversight of race stewarding, something that's never been done in the history of the sport. Hashtags like FIAgate and leaked report are dominating Twitter, while Hamilton himself has so far stayed silent, a silence that's only fueling speculation about what he knows behind the scenes. Several former drivers have chimed in too. Martin Brundle called the leak potentially damaging beyond repair, while Nico Rosberg said in an interview, If these communications are real, the FIA needs to come clean immediately. You can't have two sets of rules, one for the stars and one for the rest. Even F1 insiders are hinting that this could be the beginning of a massive shakeup in race governance heading into 2026. The implications are enormous. If proven authentic, this leak could trigger legal investigations, audits, and possibly force the FIA to rewrite its stewarding framework entirely. It would mean that driver penalties, not just Hamilton's, but others this season, might have been affected by hidden factors no one outside the FIA knew about. For Hamilton, the timing couldn't be more significant. With his Ferrari switch already confirmed for next season, this controversy casts an even bigger spotlight on the FIA's relationship with certain teams and drivers. Some fans believe that Hamilton's growing criticism of race direction may have made him an easy target for stricter scrutiny, a claim the FIA has always denied, but now can't easily dismiss. By the end of the document, the final line reads simply, "Review of communication protocols recommended before the next Grand Prix." That's a quiet admission that something went wrong, and a sign that, even within the FIA, there's an awareness that this leak has revealed too much. The Formula One world is now watching closely. Will the FIA address the issue head-on and launch an independent inquiry, or will they attempt to bury it under the weight of bureaucracy and official silence? One thing's for sure, this scandal isn't going away anytime soon, and as fans wait for the FIA's official response, the question hanging in the air is simple. If this is how one penalty decision was made, how many others have been influenced in the same way? This leak has opened a door that might never close again, and for the first time in years, the world of Formula One is asking not who's the fastest, but who's really in control.